Okay, we have 5 flats. It says that it's B flat major.
This is D.
Oh, okay. Alright. Now I see. Okay, that's right. Root 5th, 3rd. Root 5th, 3rd. That's good. We did this last time, and this is. Okay, so let's do this one and intros. So here we have this guy.
Let's do 3.
And you can look at the piano because because it's doesn't matter. I can play any. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 Okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3. Three count. Here we go. Right, otherwise it's something else. Okay, good. Done. Intros, we have 2nd, 5th, or 7th. 2, 5, or 7. Okay.
Seven.
No. Just cross it out, because then we know that wasn't good. Last one. Okay. Alright. We'll stop. Like it's about time for 5th. It's like, Okay. Alright, so here we go. We're officially done with the book. So just only page 2. We really need to go slower on that one because it's definitely getting harder. Okay. So
Page 2.
theory. Yeah. Page 2. Yep, new book. Alright, we have 44, 45, sonata, rondo. We're starting with our pieces. Specific, I think, sonata, and then rondo. And if we have any time left, we'll do some crystals. Okay? So,
44 is going pretty well.
Sonata 1 through 20, so the whole thing by memory.
Yeah.
And 1 through 16 with all the details.
Yeah.
Well, this, it's so easy now. You're looking like, oh, it's nothing compared to the pieces that I'm playing. So, no music in front of you. We don't have any particular tempo, right? Okay. So I think we need to a little bit kind of adjust some of this because in this chord, which note you want to hear the most? Right, I think so too. So can you lean to your pinky because otherwise it sounds a little bit strange. See, I hear more too much of C and too much of A flat. Let me actually play this and see what we can do to make it sound. Because we need to make statement on the first chord. This one's too much. This one sounds kind of unbalanced. If you want to, if it's easier, you can lean it onto the thumb. So basically, practice on this chord, and it's actually A flat, C. Of course, the best will be to make clear bass. C. And same thing here. So see what you can do on that chord, because it has totally different coloring. Okay, sure. Which gear are we in? Yeah. So even if we sacrifice a little bit of these guys, so what I'm doing, I'm placing my finger in pretty straight position. Then it gets a little bit better sound. But I don't know, maybe with your hand, it's kind of hard to do that. Yeah, so that's also part of it. Okay, so let's see if we can do that. It's already better. At least kind of aim for that. Okay. So right now I'm just gonna let you play in whatever tempo is comfortable, and then we're gonna go from there. Okay. How long do we hold that chord? What's the length of that chord?
That's a quarter.
Quarter, right? So not longer. Okay. No, I didn't hear the bass. So on this part, when you're crossing your hand, balance it better because your melody is competing with accompaniment. The thing is, when they're so close, accompaniment and melody, we need to really create more difference between the melody and accompaniment. Because when we play like this, if we don't create enough difference between these two, our audience, they're going to be confused. Because they're so close, it seems like this could be the melody. So we need to create way more difference. Because when they're far apart, then it's easier because our ears work that way. Then we can tell. Okay, when they're so. It's hard to tell. By the way, it's very difficult for me to play this way. Play multiple times until I feel like, oh yeah, I got it. Not in this tempo. Again, from the beginning. We're still in F minor. You're about to do the diving. And of course, melody is like pum, pum. Use your arm. Bounce them down. Bounce them down. You didn't bounce. Feel it up in the air. close. It's so difficult to tell which one is melody. Can you start from section 4 again? Or you can start maybe around here, 3 or 4. Either one. This marching, but this one is not. This is like do di do do. Can from here? Da di do march, march da da da. C to C, C to C. Da 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 da. Go back and read it up. Marching, not punching. Da, yeah, with little fingers. Okay, how do we usually shape this kind of things? Do we start with, or there's some different? It's not that. There's no really room for accent here. Okay. I don't think so. What do you think is missing? Alright. See that? It's already marked multiple times. Okay, well. You're not going to be able to figure it out that by hoping that your muscles the thing is the memorization process works much better if you analyze it rather than if you play over and over and over and over and over again and then just without telling yourself exactly what note there is or what is the pattern depending on which part we're at. Okay, it's you cannot rely on your muscles. They're not reliable, not on the first stage. First stage, it all comes, the brain is much quicker than our, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
So what is that note that we have there?
A.
A what? So when you get to this part, you have to tell yourself, it's A flat, okay? Okay. Because we're in an A flat major, the relative of F minor. So we're in A flat major. A flat major. Yeah. Which key are we in right now? Now F minor. Okay, so which hand is the melody?
Right hand.
Because I don't know, maybe you're looking at piano and that's why you're playing it so softly, but we still have to hear the melody because same thing here on this part. So the melody's on the right hand, so project it really well. Okay, again. Left hand is not melody, right? Okay, so because Sanat, these parts you started memorizing on January 14th, a while ago.
I
So
got
3
it
weeks.
mixed up with the
Okay, let's start again. I mean, it's very it's not so defined. Even in okay, just like that. Okay, so when you were practicing at home, was it happening on this section?
no.
No, so you could always get through this part without problem?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
So you're mixing this with
Section
18?
yeah.
Can you put 18 for me? So it's, when we have parts that are very similar and we're mixing that because that potentially could be happening, are we playing them like one next to each other? So I'd be playing this one, like really solidifying, then this one. Then again, kind of going back and forth between these two. Because there are potentially other pieces like this, okay? And the best thing you can do is to play them right next to each other, okay? You're playing the wrong octave right. It's a wrong note. It's not A flat, it's a B flat. Here it is. Okay, I know it's not easy part to memorize, but I think that you don't have that many sections for memorization, so that's not enough. Yeah, left hand on. So which hand is harder to memorize? What was your strategy when you were memorizing? Do you have any strategy, or you just played it over and over and over, and then you close the book, and then you try to play from memory?
I kind of just want to measure like this part.
Okay, so it is a strategy. Okay.
And then
Okay.
I guess
So what do you think? Which hand is causing the problem?
left hand.
Yeah. And sometimes it could be right hand, but in this case, it's you're right. It's left hand. So memorize left hand first. You started wrong note. You have to start from the right note. Next. You will let go that deep. Since you're playing right now left hand alone, right? And you're playing with looking, you really need to take care of everything. Not making mistakes right now. Okay? So you also ended up playing with this note incorrectly, this one incorrectly, not holding this one. So there are already, we haven't gotten into this part, and there were already a few mistakes. The other thing that I strongly suggest to do that, because when we have multiple voices and we have two voices on the left hand, right? Not to play them with exactly the same volume, because this way it's kind of much better understanding of polyphony. Polyphony will have two voices in one hand, okay? Multiple voices. So in this case, in this part, and same thing on the other part, we have three voices, like three participants. One is playing. Okay. And then here we have this guy. Right? And then we have this one. Right? So we have 3 different instruments playing. So the best way to deal with this is not to play this with exactly the same volume. So this one is bigger. For example, this one is bigger. And then so we highlight these for now when we're playing. Then you have more layers. Okay, so that's how it would practice. Then you can do the other way around. Click it on this way too. Okay, but not playing them exactly the same way because that's how you end up playing. And then you don't hold the notes that you should be holding because you don't have that understanding of voices. Okay. Oh, you're starting with a note. Not your arm. Yeah, we don't need to keep it in a stretched position. Think about that. Why would you be torturing yourself? We are here, then we're here, then here. So you cannot let go of the D natural. So which voice are you playing bigger right now? Because you're playing them exactly the same way, so that's why I don't know what you're trying to do.
Probably the D.
Okay, then make it really obvious. You can't let go of that D natural that soon. You have to hold on, even if you can't kind of. Well, you're playing them exactly the same volume. Well, you see it's stronger than your E natural. Isn't it supposed to be that stronger? Where's your F? Why did you let go of that? We don't. Do we hold F when we get to D flat? Okay, so see that these kind of things are really, really important. You didn't take care of it, even though you're playing separate hand right now with looking, and there are tons of mistakes. I mean, by mistakes, I mean that not playing notes incorrect, but really understanding between the voices and why holding one or the other one. Okay, but you didn't. When you play even one measure and you're thinking of this as all together instead of layers, you're not really understanding of the idea of the kind of like a music ensemble. Okay, so you need to kind of understand the layers of this. Okay, again. couldn't memorize this part because you don't know your left hand that well. You're memorizing it now during the class, right? Okay, and it's one of the hardest parts. So there are no shortcuts in this. Just spend time on this, okay? Then, so this part is not memorized. You know that, I know that. Now, I wonder why this part was so affected by that. Okay, go ahead, play this one more try. Yeah, but you didn't finish this. So you start from here? Okay. Yeah, look at what we're doing right now. Spending time for our lesson, trying to figure out why some parts are not memorized. So you basically don't have this fully memorized. You know that, right? Okay, so take care of that. I want to hear at least a little bit of round and maybe kind of playing that through once. Okay, so finish memorizing. And then this one is almost there, but check your left hand. This part, because I think that everything else is much easier. Right? If this one is the hardest part. Okay, so take care of each part individually. Okay, let me hear one. Do we have a specific tempo for this one?
I think so.
I think we started playing faster than before.
Yeah, we did.
So what was the tempo? Do you know the number?
I think 168.
It's pretty fast, right? Yeah, 168. So let's see if it's a good tempo for you. By chance, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay.